Good afternoon, everyone. It's about 2 o'clock, 2:20 in the afternoon on Wednesday. I wanted to do a quick little video because as I've been working on the reporting here of the TTScanner intraday triggers, today was a great example of a very positive move to the upside, and where, swing trade signals were solid. I mean, it's pretty, I think it's pretty easy to understand. I wanted to share these things with you so you can see. So we're looking at the spiders, right? Spider intraday triggers, and we're looking at the daily spider swing trades. So here we have long in SPY, long in QQQ. You see we're up 7% already here. We're up 2.41% here. We have long in XLI up 7.88%. Long in XLC from 920 up 12.5%, and long in XLY. Okay, pretty easy to understand that, as long as we stay in these long daily trends, the bigger swing trades, you can come down here into these lower sectors, the 60-minute or the 15-minute, and look for SPY, QQQ, XLI, XLC, and XLY trades. So let's go to the 60-minute. QQQ is flat. SPY is long from end of the day, it looks like. 12.4. That's a post-market trade. XLY is flat. XLC is long from 11 o'clock. Hit both targets. Is up already 2%. And XLI, I believe the other one was. Let me check real quick. XLC, XLY, and XLI. XLC, XLY, XLI is flat, XLY is flat, and XLC is long. Now, these counter trends here, these little short-term trends that are pulling back, these are sector trends that are technically going against the market sector. So these would be pullbacks. These, again, the ratio of these systems, you see here XLE, has a profit factor of 0.80, means that it's not performing exceptionally well overall over the length of this chart. But the win rate is 1.64, meaning it wins basically 1.5 or 1.6 times and loses once. So this is something, because of this profit factor at 0.80, you probably want to trade a smaller allocation here. Whereas this trade, XLF, profit factor is 1.76, win rate is 3.78. This is almost a 4-to-1 win-to-loss ratio, and you're making basically $1.70 for every dollar you're risking. This is something you can be a little bit more aggressive in. So when you look at these, like XLK technology, 1.55 means that it's winning basically $1.55 for every dollar it attempts to risk. And it's winning at 4.2 to 1 rate, meaning basically a little over 4 trades are winners compared to every loser. So it's 4 to 1, winners versus losers. Very positive. So when you come in here and you look at these, you can get a feel for how they're performing by looking at these numbers. Like this is a fairly low number. This is a fairly low number here. 0.51 and 0.9. This is something I'd probably only trade 20 or 30% allocation and pull most of everything off on the first target right here. Okay, so we come over here. This is a 60-minute. We go down to the 15-minute. Again, we're looking for similar triggers. XLI, XLK is long. Got into a trigger at the end of the day. We'll skip that. SPY is long, got into the trigger at the end of the day. This is at obviously 2:20 my time, California. So this is going to be, end of day. But again, these triggers, look at these triggers. XLE short from 945 at 1.78%. And again, what you're doing is you should start with the longer dailies. Take a look at the general direction. Find the triggers that are long and trade the long side of that move. Then go down to 60. Find the triggers that are long or short, like XLB is short. Well, that's the end of the day. XLE is short. Again, ratio is okay, probably about a 50 or 60% ratio. XLF is short from 11 o'clock, a much better ratio. And then we can come down here to the 15-minute or the 5-minute and looks for XLF, which is right here, was flat. Come down here to 5-minute. XLF was flat. But generally, when you're getting into those short triggers, like this one here, whenever XLF, where was I, 60. Whenever XLF enters a short trade like this, you know, at 12.3, this was yesterday, this gives you an opportunity to trade to the downside on the shorter term charts. So again, you could have taken any shorts you wanted off of this 5-minute or 2-minute setup. Same thing happens over here on the ETF sector. So you go to daily, you take a look at a trigger that's been around for a while, IVV. Okay, we don't have a win rate and profit factor. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. That's interesting. I've been working on this display and sort feature, which is not working yet, so maybe it's just reloaded. Look at this, TQQQ, right? So, long trade, as of yesterday, hasn't really hit any targets yet. It's up 5.5%. But again, it's a very solid trigger with solid ranking here. Okay, it's been in the trade for this is daily, 1 day. And look at all these longs. VOO, IHI, XLY's already hit targets right here. Really solidly up 5.5%. FDN, look at that, 13.69%. Really just rocking. And what we're going to do here is when we get into a trade, like this QQQ trade, here we're 1.83%. We got in at 3 o'clock yesterday. We still haven't hit our targets. This gives me the ability to come in and look at the QQQ as a potential long-only setup. So when you're coming over here and you're looking at this, same thing with the SPY, long-only setup. So now I can come back down here to the 5-minute or the 15-minute, and I can trade any of those similar symbols. So ultimately, what I'd like to do with this is I'll build another consolidator that puts all of this together for you. But again, right now, this is really stupendous for you to come in here and, you know, look at this long trade. Granted, it's at the end of the day, but, you know, it's a perfect setup. VOO was long. Here's a trade from 1430. And again, a lot of these are, you know, reporting times, you know, after the market, because I'm after the market right now. HYG, long, up 10%. SSO, long, after the market, 1400. That's a closing market data. And again, these are set up very, very well for you if you can come over here and take a look at, you know, the profit factors, figure out how they're performing, you know, like this one, XAR, really, that's a great number right there. And like I said, here's another great number, XBI. So they're right here for you. It takes a little work, I know. You got to come over here, maybe print this page out, or open up 2 separate windows and check them out. But remember, these are all here for you, and the advice I have for you is focus on the daily swings, figure out when you're getting into newer triggers like this VOO trigger, and then come back over here to the 2 and the 5-minute. And you could, of course, do the find routine, and, you know, it's Control F to search for a symbol, and there you go. There's our trigger. So once you know what you're looking for, you can go ahead and find the trigger setups, and I will bet you that these will perform very, very well as long as you stick with the longer term setup. So you can come down here to 60, determine that XAR is long, fine, okay. Come down here to 5-minute, take a look at XAR. So let's find XAR, and we have a new long trigger right here. Granted, it's end of market, but you get the idea. You can come right in here and find all the swing trade, options trade triggers you want. Okay, everything is available at this website, ment.com, on top of more research and more information for you. And when you become an Expert Growth member, you get access to all of my research and all of my tools. I'm here to try to help you guys become better traders. And if you followed my research on TradingView or YouTube, you kind of already know that I figured some things out and I could probably help you. So visit mint.com, check out what I do, get started with the Expert Growth subscriptions if you want to really get into and use these TTScanner live trades. Algos, they are, in my opinion, stupendous. I mean, I don't know too many other places where you can look at these numbers and tell me that, you know, these aren't fantastic. They really are performing very well. It's just 20 days, 13% profit, 18 days, 7 and 8% profit. You know, a couple of these 1 day, 5.5% profit. You know, you're getting some really wonderful triggers in here. And it's just a matter of, you know, learning how to use them and learning how to rely on it. You know, like this, IYC, simple, 4 days, 2.5% or 2% profit. Already hit the first target, and we're looking to try to get to this next target here. We'll see how it plays out. Ranking is a 2, pulling back a little bit right now, but still very positive. And again, by the time you hit this first target, when they go pink, the risk has been removed from the trade. At this point, you cannot lose money. Okay, guys, that's it. I'll let you guys go, and thanks for listening.